Okay, hello, Lijster here, and welcome back to Lijster Zapwing podcast. I'm here with my co-host Zapwing,
What's good?
and we just saw A Quiet Place Part 2. And,
Shout out to Premiere 6.
Which we also saw Godzilla vs. Kong at. But yeah, so we just saw A Quiet Place Part 2. And, it was dope. I really liked it.
Yeah.
And major spoiler, please go see this movie, please. It's so good. Even if you don't like horror movies, just go see it.
Top 2 movie of the year so far.
Yes, and we've seen the same amount, right? 3? Yeah. And yeah, so it's actually my favorite movie of the year so far, and I really like it. And if you haven't seen the first one, well, and you want to see this one, you probably should watch the first one. But it's great. I recommend it. So spoilers, like all the spoilers you could imagine from this movie. Spoilers.
Mm-hmm.
So go see it, please. All right. I think that was a good spoiler warning. I said spoiler like 400 times.
Yeah.
All right. So the movie starts. I guess we're just gonna start, right?
Mm-hmm.
Starts on day 1 of A Quiet Placeness.
Yeah.
And they got John Krasinski back. Well, he directed it, but he gets to act in this one too, which is cool.
It kind of explains or shows how it all started.
Yeah, I really liked seeing that. I thought that was cool how they explained it a little bit. Because it's like, okay, so it starts with him in his truck, and he goes to the store from the first movie, and he actually passes the rocket ship that gets his kid murdered in the first movie. We both looked at each other when they showed that. We were like...
We knew exactly what it meant.
Yeah, we were like... Because there's just immediate flashbacks to the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so, they're watching something on the news. And then he goes out, and there's a baseball game that his son is in. I don't know any of their names. I know the dad is Lee. And, yeah. That's like all I know. I think the sister's name is Regan or Reagan.
Yeah, Reagan.
And the mom, I have no idea. Mom or son, teenage son, I don't know his name. I think the kid that died in the first movie, his name was like Bo or something. But that's okay, it's not important. The dad goes to the baseball game that his teenage son is in, and then they're like, oh shit, it's a thing in the sky.
Kind of looks like a meteor.
Yeah, they all just kind of look at it, they're like, wait a minute. And they're like, oh. They're like, hey, we should probably leave.
It's nowhere near the baseball game, but they just call it off and leave.
Yeah. Oh, this is an important detail for later. There's this guy there who's like their friend, I guess. And he's like, dive, dive. And then he asks the daughter, he's like, hey, the deaf daughter, he's like, hey, how do you say dive? And she does this.
In sign language.
So that's important for later. Oh, yeah, 2 out of the 3 movies we've seen this year have sign language in it.
Mm-hmm.
Godzilla vs. Kong, which is cool. I wonder if all the actors had to learn sign language, because the girl, Reagan, in real life is also deaf. So they probably all had to learn sign language for this.
Wait, she's really deaf?
In real life, yeah. The girl who plays Reagan, she's deaf in real life, too. So, yee. And then they're leaving, and Reagan's like, hey, I'm gonna go with Dad. In sign language. So then they're leaving, and everyone's like freaking out, and then this cop is like, hey. I don't know why I said it like that. Hey. And then it just, do the monsters have a name, or are they just monsters? I don't think they have a name.
Yeah, not really.
So a monster just comes out of nowhere and is like, surprise, bitch. Go blam! And I thought it killed the cop, but he's still alive later. Even though he gets killed again.
And he shoots it like 3 times and then gets killed.
Off screen. You can hear like blood splatter though, and the son's like, oh no. But before that, John Krasinski and the daughter go in like where do they go? Like a bar?
Yeah.
They hide in something. And then someone's phone starts ringing, and they're like, well, shit. And the monster comes in and starts just slapping everybody in sight.
They leave out the back door and reunite with the rest of the family. And
then cop guy gets murdered.
Yeah, that's where that happened.
And son's like this, and it cuts back to the end of the first movie, where it was like right at it. So it's like back to where it left off.
Yeah.
And then it's like title, The Quiet Place Part 2. Dust. And then, we're back with the family. It's the mom, daughter, baby, son. That's it. And then they go outside, and there's like a thing on fire, which I was trying to remember why it was on fire at the end of the first one, but I don't remember really. Because remember they go to like the barn or whatever, it's on fire. She goes in to go to the basement to get the air thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, why is that on fire? I don't really remember. So we should rewatch the first one probably soon. But it's on fire, and she gets the air thing for the baby because it's in like this box, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to like do that. And then
Is that when she has to walk down the stairs?
yeah.
And she misses the nail that was sticking out that she stepped on in the.
Oh, that's when the daughter goes down to get the thing that killed it in the first movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Wait, I think.
I thought that was the mom that went down the stairs.
Well, the mom
For
went
a
down the
second
stairs
time.
to the water thing to get the air thing for the baby. I don't know. Maybe you're right. Probably. But and then they leave and they go to a barn, something, just a big building, and the kid and then they're going through this fence that has a hole in it, and the mom knocks off this thing of bottles, and they're like, well, shit.
Oh no, that it was a tripwire.
Right. Oh, right. She hits a tripwire. Yeah, I didn't remember that.
That the dude from the baseball game that they're friends with, he set it up, and it's like a whole camp there.
Yeah, and then the little boy hits a bear trap,
Oh.
and that was like, I was like, oh, it
was like he had no initial pain, but then you look back and it's like, oh shit, my whole foot is just bleeding out.
I know.
And then he started screaming.
I like cringe when it happened because it was so unexpected. I was like, oh, because I didn't expect it. I was like, oh shit, this kid just got.
And then
this
he
little
doesn't
kid.
realize how crucial it is for him to stop fucking screaming.
Yeah, he's like, he keeps screaming. The mom's like, please stop.
The one thing that you can't do is make noise. And what does he do?
She's like, please stop, please. And also, whenever I was eating candy, my voice cracked. Whenever I was eating candy in this movie and like doing anything, it felt like you had to be quiet. It's like so hard. I was like reaching for the candy like it's slow, like really slow. I was like, and then when I drop it, I'd be like, oh shit. Like I felt like I couldn't make any noise while watching this movie.
Yeah.
I was like,
Or else the monster's gonna come through the theater.
skills here.
Yep.
So no. But I'm trying to remember the order. So they go to that guy's place, and they go in, and he's like, puts his hand on him, and then he's like carrying the kid, the son.
Because he literally can't walk.
His foot's fucked up. Yeah. And they're running. They all have like foot bandages in this movie because the mom has it from the nail in the last one. The boy, obviously, because of the bear trap. And didn't the daughter have one too?
I don't know why, but it looked like her foot was bleeding the whole time.
Yeah.
On the heel.
Everyone's got a foot bandage, man.
Yep.
In this movie.
They go into like a vault.
Like a bunker.
That has limited oxygen, so you set a timer and then you have to go back out.
Oh, right. Yeah, because there's like this hole in the ground that leads like a.
And they talk in there and it gets heated, and then he's like, I want you gone by tomorrow, but then he really doesn't in the end want them gone, I guess.
And he pulls the mask down and he's like, wait a minute, I know you guys. And I'm like, yeah, that's. I don't remember his name. And they're like, yeah, that's you. It's like M. It starts like an M or something.
Yeah, I think it's.
Or they
maybe
just call
just-
him M.
Yeah. Maybe his name starts with M or it's spelled E-M.
M, right.
And
They're
that's
just like,
the
hey.
same. I don't know.
But yeah, I liked him though. He was a good character. There was a couple of times where I thought he betrayed them though, but he didn't. Or like once. But so they're like, yo, John Krasinski's kind of dead. You know, and he's like, oh no. And we learn that his wife and kids are dead. And because he's like drawings of them. And then what happens after? Because what happens after they go there? Oh, the daughter's like, yo. Oh, there's a song that comes in. Remember? And
She
they're like,
hooks up the radio somehow. And then there's a radio. She tracks where the radio song is coming from to this island. And she wants to go there. But then they're all like, no.
no.
But then M eventually says, let's do it.
Or
So
well, no,
then they
'cause-
split up.
Well, no, remember because the daughter leaves by herself, and the
Yeah.
son's like, "Oh shoot!" And then the mom's like, "Hey, go get her, go get her." Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And then she goes to. Ooh, this scene is really good. She finds this train. What? Oh right. Yeah. Yeah. So this is a really good scene. She finds this train, and there's just a bunch of decomposed dead bodies there,
Mm-hmm.
just all laying around like bleh. And so, she's looking through these rooms. What is she there for again?
Well, I guess she's just exploring because the way to the boats that she needs to get to the island with, she just follows the train tracks to them. I guess she explores this train and then sees a first aid kit.
Right.
After there's a bird jump scare which got both of us.
Yeah, we were both like, oh shit.
She's just walking and then just like 3 crows just come out of nowhere.
And then another jump scare right after this. A dead body falls when she's trying to grab the first
She's
aid
trying
kit.
to open the door to get the first aid kit, and then a body falls on her arm as she grabs the first aid kit. And it freaked me out.
And then she turns and you see, or no, because she's laying across the wall, and in the background, like, faded out, you can see a monster. And then she turns, she sees it, she's like, oh, wait. And she's trying to get the shotgun and the noise to play. So she takes her hearing aid out. She turns the thing on. She's trying to get the gun to where she shoots. And I guess hits, like, the side of its face because it reacts.
And then she can't cock it back in time. But then the dude who is trying to find her shows up at the perfect time, snipes him right in the back of the head.
And it dies. And I was like, convenient but good timing. Good
It always happens.
Yeah, I knew the daughter was gonna die.
In case you didn't know, they have like super hearing, so that feedback that wouldn't be too bad to like our ears. It would be kind of painful, but since they have super hearing, it weakens them and their face splits open like a demogorgon, so it's weak, and then they shoot it.
And then sometimes, I don't know if there's like, it's a difference, but sometimes, remember at the end, its head's like really tight and it's like squeezed in.
Yeah.
But I guess it does both. But yeah, so then he shoots it and he's like, what's good? I saved you.
Yeah.
And then they go in this place and he's trying to talk to her, but he's like, wait, she can't hear me. And then she like looks at his lips and she's like, hey.
Enunciate.
Yeah. And he's like, I'm taking you back. She's like, nah, fam, I'm not going for me. I did this so much to the movie. I was like, nah. Because I just like, sometimes I had a feeling something bad was going to happen in the movie, and then it does. I was like, oh my god. So yeah. And then she goes to sleep. She wakes up, all the stuff's gone, and I was like, wow, he took all her shit and left. But then he comes back, he's like, no, it's good.
I thought that was an elaborate plan, or she went to sleep, so then he took her stuff, went back home, so that she would have to come back home.
That's what I thought too.
Home.
Oh yeah, he's like, I'm taking you back home. She goes. And silently she says, which home? Or what's home? Something like that.
Yeah, what home? Because...
Yeah. What home? Which home?
But then he's really just like 2 feet away, and since she can't hear him like approaching, she's just fetal positioned up, crying, and then he's just like, here's your stuff.
Get the fuck up. Wake the fuck up. We got a city to burn. Keanu. Cyberpunk 2077.
I never played that game because...
I didn't either.
I don't buy many games that I know. Or I only buy games that I know off release that are gonna be good. Yeah, that game sucked so bad.
Cyberpunk, every review that came out was like, this game is shit. Like, why did you guys demand to release it? It needed more time. Has that full game even come out yet? Is the full game out?
I don't even know, and I don't even care.
I don't really either. But, I mean, you can...
Oh.
Yeah. I should get it. but, okay, so yeah, what happens after this? They're in
They just keep walking.
And then they go to a bridge. And then, the mom is like, hey, I'm gonna go find your sister. You stay here with the baby. I'm out. And he's like, nah, mom, you gotta stay here. And she's like, nah, I'm out, chief. So the mom pieces out.
And she goes to where they're, like, around... How old did that son look?
Like 5, maybe. Probably younger.
He got absolutely clapped by a monster. And she puts, I think it was her marriage ring, on top of his grave.
For maybe like the day.
I don't know why.
And then...
did she just leave to do that? Like, oh wait, no, she went to go get stuff for the dude's, or the teenage son's foot, like pain medicine or something, I guess.
Oh,
and 2 more oxygen tanks.
Right.
For the baby.
Yeah, and then the son is holding the baby, and he puts it in like the box, and he's like, I'll be right back. I had to put the baby in the box. He puts the baby in the box, and he walks out to go explore. Dumb. I was like, why do you need to look around here, dude? He's walking around.
Pushes open these curtains, and they're sitting there in like a surgical bed, or just like a doctor's bed, is is M's wife's corpse,
Yep.
and he screams, falls back. Monster comes. He tries to go down the vault,
and it
back where the baby is, and it follows him.
It like breaks through the floor and shit. And
So
the
then
whole thing collapses.
He takes the baby into like the extra sealed vault where there's not much oxygen.
And we didn't mention this, but whenever it closes, it hits this towel so it doesn't lock.
Yeah.
But this time,
The towel wasn't there.
it falls and locks. And he doesn't realize at first.
But then there's no one to open it, and he has to start using the oxygen tank with the babies, and it's crying.
Yeah, and then the mom finds them. And so while this is happening, we're also catching up with M and the daughter while they meet, like, I don't know, we can't really talk about them both at the same time.
They're on their journey.
Yeah, maybe we should, okay, so the mom gets back, opens the thing, sees the son's unconscious, and the baby's crying, and she's like, she says his name here, what does she call him, Max?
Oh, Marcus.
Marcus! Yeah, so she's like, Marcus, like, I knew it started with an M-A. Like, Marcus, wake up, and he's like, huh? What's good, Mom?
Mm-hmm.
And then the monster, she goes out, and she picks up something, and then the son makes like a shock face, and it shows behind her, and the monster's there. And what makes a noise? Because it comes at them. Something makes a noise. Some noise happens.
She crawls in, shuts it.
And she tries to, and it opens it.
Yeah.
And it's like crawling and slicing, and it stabs her in the knee, and then like claws all the way through her leg.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, ooh, ouch. And then how do they... Oh, shit, we need to go back a little bit. We need to rewind. This is like the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Rewind. The daughter...
No, that was pretty much where we are for the mom and them. But we need to go back to M and the daughter.
And the guy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Him and the daughter, yeah.
Because it's like two separate stories go back and forth every time.
Yeah, so they're at this dock with boats.
That they need to use to get to the island.
And they see this little girl, and the dude's like, hey, yo, you good? And then she looks up, she goes, hiya! And I thought she stabbed him in the throat and fucking killed him. But no, she just wraps this thing around his neck with like bottles on it so it'll make a noise, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And then she runs, and all these like weird wrong turn Texas Chainsaw people come out, and they're like, yo, what's Gucci? And then they
haven't shaved, and they have long looking hippie hair.
That Rob Zombie hair. Do you know what Rob Zombie looks like? He's got like long hair. He's cool though. He's made the Halloween remake.
Oh, okay.
We'll probably review those soon if you're down to watch them, because the new one comes out in October.
Yeah, Halloween sounds good.
There's 11 of them. We're gonna have to review all those before October. I don't know if we can do that. Maybe we try. But, so yeah, Rob Zombie and Ravagers from Guardians of the Galaxy come out. They're like, hey.
Oh, he was a Ravager?
Who?
That one dude that is on the island.
Oh, no, he wasn't a Ravager. Oh, no. I was talking about the people we were just talking about. They just look like Ravagers.
Oh, okay.
That just reminded me of that. But no, someone from Guardians of the Galaxy is in this movie. But so, Wrong Turn, Texas Chainsaw, Ravagers from Guardians of the Galaxy are like, I don't even know what they were planning to do with them. Were they just planning to fuck with them? Because they take her hearing aid off.
And take all her stuff and even like her jacket off. So she's just wearing like a tank top.
And then they start walking away, and the M, does this to what's her name?
Dive.
He goes.
So she jumps in the water.
I think he starts running towards him, turns around, she jumps in the water, and then what does he do? He does something to him. Like punch. Or no, he puts the thing around his neck, ties him to a pole, stabs him in the leg so he screams, and then a monster's coming murdering everybody. He jumps in the water.
But that thing is still around his neck, too.
Yeah.
So he's trying to get it off, almost drowning and stuff.
And the monster's fucking, like, slicing at this dude like Melina in Mortal Kombat X. I mean, it doesn't show the front because PG-13. But it's fucking wailing on this guy. And then you see blood go in the water, which was cool. I thought that was a neat shot.
And then he gets it off, and the thing's attacking the boat. Attacking this one boat with people on it. And then
one jumps in the water to swim after him, but then it realizes it can't swim. It almost drowns.
And then the deaf chick picks him up, puts him in the boat, and they go to the island.
Yeah, and they find this whole neighborhood there.
Yeah.
And we were like, huh?
But then we realized they can't swim, so this island's completely secluded.
Yeah, we were like, oh, that's why there's a bunch of people there. And then the guy from Guardians of the Galaxy comes up, And you said he looked familiar, and I was like, yeah, he's from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
He's also in Captain Marvel, and Aquaman and Shazam. But, so he comes out, and he's like, yo, what's good? And then
They talk about, like, what happened and where they're from and crap like that.
yeah, and then we get a nice conversation with him and the daughter about John Krasinski's character. He's like, you're right, I'm nothing like him.
Mm-hmm.
But you are, because this came up earlier. And then he walks to the island, and he hears, like, a noise.
Coming from, I thought it was from, like, this pile of cement that looked like it was, like, it could be, like a monster could be trapped in there. But then what's behind it is the boat that, I think it was M and the deaf, or no.
Deaf dude's boat.
Deaf chick's boat.
Regan,
yeah.
Regan.
And
And there's, like, a claw mark on it.
so the monster followed them here, or was on the
Somehow.
boat or something. And then it starts murdering people on the island.
And he's like, get inside. And then they hide, like, some kids. And then they get in the car while honking it.
M and Reagan and the dude from Guardians of the Galaxy all get in the car, start honking, get the monster away. They go to this building.
And then, the monster is on their car and slashing through it.
But doesn't kill anyone.
Yeah. They shake it off. Shake it off.
And then the dude from Guardians of the Galaxy wants to go back to his family because he thinks that he didn't lose them.
This scene is so fucked up.
And under the garage in the building that they were in, he gets grabbed by the legs and taken, and he's dead.
And you see it stab him in the back too and pull him out. That was fucked up. I was like, damn. Fuck is dead.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. But yeah. Okay, we're almost at the end, I think. So M and
That building
Regan,
that they're
Regan.
in is the radio station, right?
yeah. Oh yeah. And then the monster breaks through the door and it's like, hey, I'm coming in now. I'm gonna assume it's the one that killed Guardians of the Galaxy dude. It's like doo. I like how they crawl too, like on all fours and stuff.
And then they make it to the thing that's playing the music.
Wait, but remember we forgot a part when the mom climbs out and the monster follows her and the things that a propane tank's there, she shoots it, it blows up, and it I thought it killed the monster, but it climbs out and it's fireproof. That's all I wanted, and then she kills it. So yeah, okay, back to where we were. So M and Regan, I don't know how to say her name, so I'm just gonna call her that. Regan. They're climbing through this broken window, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're trying to be quiet, and they slightly make a noise.
But it doesn't really know where they are still.
Yeah, it's like on.
Until she opens the door that's playing the radio, and it's like really creaky, so it comes at them. She stops the music and puts her hearing aid up to it, so it blasts the feedback.
And then we cut back to the mom and son, and he hears it through the headphones. He's like, oh shit. He takes it off, and he's like, wait a minute. He grabs the thing, and he's walking towards the monster with it, and then he grabs the gun. We cut back to them. She grabs this, like, microphone thing.
Yeah, some type of, like, just metal stick.
Yeah, and so the monster that M and Regan are about to kill, or no, just Regan. Regan's about to kill is freaking out, and then we cut back to them. And the son, the one that the son is doing it to, is freaking out, and he has a gun. So then she stabs it
Yeah,
in the
right
head with it. And then we cut back to the son, and we don't see him shoot it, but we see its head, like...
He has the radio,
splattered.
and it shoots it, yeah.
Yeah, so he shot that monster, and it's dead.
That was his first kill of, like, all the movies.
Yeah. And so we cut back to Regan. She rips the thing out, and blood, like, squirts out. And the movie just fucking ends.
Yep.
It was so abrupt. When the movie ended, I was like, huh?
We thought
That's the end?
Thought that there was going to be, like, a reunite of the family, but there wasn't.
I was like, they don't get back or anything, so I need a part 3. Even if there is a part 3, we had to wait 3 years for this one, so we're probably going to have to wait until 2024 for a part 3 if there is one. I expected there to be, like, a conclusion, though, because we don't know how many more monsters are left.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they're all throughout Earth, so maybe it will really never end, the A Quiet Placeness. But I just want, like, this family to get a conclusion, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because 2 of them are dead. The son, the little 5-year-old or whatever, and the dad got fucking dead. So yeah, but I loved this movie. I thought it was awesome. And
I'm still debating whether it's better than Godzilla vs. Kong. He thinks it is, but I'm not completely sure. You can tell us if you've seen it. What do you think?
Yeah, I love Godzilla vs. Kong. We've seen 3 movies this year: Godzilla vs. Kong, Mortal Kombat, and A Quiet Place Part 2, which we will review Mortal Kombat with your brother, do a Red Panda eventually. But yeah, I love this movie. I thought it was awesome. Did you like it better than the first one, though? Because I did.
Yeah.
Yee. Alright, we think that's going to be it for this podcast episode. If you're wondering why Zapwing's 1 minute rant wasn't in it, it's because...
I don't really have an idea for a 1 minute rant this time, because there wasn't really anything that I hated about this movie, or like,
Me either.
it's about something that I really, really hate or really, really love, but I just really don't have an idea. And we've already made you sit through 26 minutes
Of
of us talking about this movie, so we'll just take a break from that 1 minute rant this episode.
Yee. But yeah, guys, let us know some movies or shows or just anything to talk about for the next podcast. The next episode will probably be Mortal Kombat. But yeah, guys, please give this video a like. Please subscribe to what we want and check out some other videos.
Peace.